Hello, Phosphor.fans, Earl at thelogbook.com, back yet again with another Atari homebrew, but this time on the 7800 instead of the 2600. And this one, no matter what system it's on, it's a really big deal because this is not a game that really lends itself to being ported for a home console. Let me go to some footage. It's actually about a year older than the video you're watching now, to explain why that is. This is footage of my oldest, this is little E, at Arcadia Retrocade in Fayetteville, Arkansas, playing Baby Pac-Man, an actual Baby Pac-Man machine. As you can see, the screen is playing more or less a standard video game of Pac-Man, but once Baby Pac-Man drops into one of these tunnels at the bottom of the screen, basically Baby Pac-Man becomes the pinball, and all of a sudden you're dealing with pinball physics instead of a video game. For obvious reasons, this would be very hard to do a home port of. The best anyone's been able to do, really up until now, has been kind of a half-assed game of Baby Pac-Man on PinMain. But the great thing is, now we have Bob DiCrescenzo to thank for this really remarkable port on the Atari 7800. As you can see, you have options. You can change the number of lives you have. Probably best for me, since I'm not very good at this game, to max out the number of lives. You can have 1 or 2 players. Remember, Energizers has to do with the video part of the game. It's to do with the maze. You can have arcade or classic Monster AI. Play type, now this is a pretty interesting option, and we'll get back to that one later, but suffice to say, I'm one player, I need a lot of lives, because I kind of stink at this. Case in point. Well, that's the video game portion of Baby Pac-Man. But what about the pinball part of it? Yeah, we've got that too. Although, again, I'm not very good at it. You can point your joystick left or right to activate individual bumpers, or up to hit both the bumpers at the same time. It's kind of funny that everything that gets you points in Pac-Man gets you more points in Baby Pac-Man, because for whatever reason, pinball is this game where you're expected to score about a bajillion points. Oh. Well, that didn't last very long. I didn't do Baby Pac-Man any favors there. Sorry, Baby Pac-Man. Perhaps more than any other Pac-Man game, it really helps to be able to work the tunnels, the side tunnels, in Baby Pac. Oh. I was never terribly good. The reason there's video of little E playing Baby Pac-Man is because I kind of stink at it, and he was actually doing a respectable job of playing it. So yeah, there's 4 dots left on the maze, and I'm dying here. Alright, let's go play the pinball part of it. Let's go play the pinball part of it better than that. Okay. No lie, I play a better game of Baby Pac-Man on the 7800 than I could ever manage in the arcade. I am not good at pinball. I just don't have the intrinsic handle on the physics involved to play an effective game of pinball, I'm afraid. Now, play type, here it's playing the full game, but if you really don't want to mess with the pinball side of things, you can just play, and this is not something the arcade would do. This is something that Bob has added to this port, and it's just exceptional. Now the funny thing is, the scoring structure is, you know, the pinball scoring structure where everything gets you a bajillion points. But it's a fun little standalone game. I'm really glad he did this. Thank you, Bob. You have no idea how glad I am that you did this. Yeah, 10K for the last monster if you eat all four. That's just nuts. But it's in line with the expectations of scoring in pinball and dying in Pac-Man. You see, I'm doing a lot better at it just purely as a video game than I ever would with the pinball component of it. Sadly, I am having to play this in emulation. I'm sure you can tell by the sound of the key presses. Because I'm no longer... It's kind of funny that I opened the show talking about Arcadia Retrocade. That is where my old 7800 is. And one of these days, they may have it out where folks can play it. Or at least gawk at it. Hey, let's eat some monsters. Good time to break off at the last minute there. Didn't do it in time there. 202,400. You know how long and how well you would have to play any other Pac-Man game to rack up that kind of score? A lot longer than I've been playing this game of Baby Pac-Man. Or half of Baby Pac-Man, really, I suppose, is the best way to put it. Now, if you're wondering how this can be played other than on an emulator, it is available from AtariAge.com as a real-life cartridge. Or there will probably be there was a limited run that came with a full box and, you know, all of the trappings of a new store-bought game. There will probably be a version of it minus the box that you can get later, and whenever they get around to that, I've got to tell you, I am sorely tempted. Of course, I'd have to get a 7800 so I could play it, but for this and for, you know, the other knockout arcade ports Bob has done for the 7800, it might be worth it. That's right, Puck. Puck the cat, ladies and gentlemen. Also a big fan of Baby Pac-Man. At least I assume that's what he's telling me. Yeah, the amount of time I spend in the pinball game is measured in nanoseconds, probably, would be the best way to put it. Of course, the fruit would show up right after I rolled over that spot and left. And of course, the fruit's gone by the time I get there again. Pac-Man is really tough to play without the power pellets. Ah. That's the funny thing about playing the pinball part of it, is it's actually fun in this form. You're watching Baby Pac-Man get eaten again, not so much. Well, there's nothing I could have done to stop that little snafu. Just like there's next to nothing I can do to clear these last 5 dots on the screen. Maybe the secret is to not stink at the game. The game itself is perfect. The video you're watching now is subject to some pilot error because I'm not very good at the game. Ugh. I stink at pinball. But Bob has done a tremendous job with this port. I mean, it's not something that has ever been ported before, for a bunch of really obvious reasons. And Bob proved that it could be done. That's right, Puck. Say hello to my little furry friend. Once more into the breach. I'm trying to see if it's something I'm able to play better using the individual left and right flipper controls. Maybe I better just stick to pushing up. The one thing you really don't get from video pinball is the force that you hit the flippers with, because the button on a video game controller is it's a binary proposition, 1 or 0, on or off. You've pressed it or you haven't. So that's really about the only thing that's missing. Not that that's much of an issue, because I stink at pinball in any form. Ugh. And I could have done that a lot better. So, there you have it. Baby Pac-Man for the Atari 2700. Yeah, the remote control 2600. No, the Atari 7800. So it is actually a thing now, and it's glorious. I highly recommend it. Go adopt a copy of Baby Pac-Man for yourself if you have the chance.